Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Please be seated. We're about to start the meeting. My name is Apa Ongpin. I'm the Executive Director of the Makati Business Club. I'm seeing some of you for the first time. I'd like to welcome you to our 2025 Annual General Meeting. Before the chairman calls the meeting to order, here's a few preliminaries that we need to go through. One, if you haven't voted yet, please do so as soon as you can. You should have the ballot with you. If you need any assistance, just raise your hand and our staff will assist you. The ballot only takes a minute to fill up. Voting ends at 7 p.m. The results will be announced tomorrow. I would like to acknowledge our board members present here today. Dr. Jaime Aristotle Alip, this is in alphabetical order, Mr. Edgar Chua, our chairman. Ambassador Joey Quisha. Mr. Ramon Del Rosario is with us on Zoom, as far as I know. Ms. Risalina Mantaring. Mr. Peter Maquera. Mr. Jose Victor Paterno. And Mr. Manolito Tayag. I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of foreign dignitaries, the Ambassador of Malaysia, His Excellency, Dato Abdul Malik Melvin Castellino, the Ambassador of the Netherlands, Her Excellency Marielle Geratz. She's not here yet. Sorry, got that wrong. The Ambassador of Singapore, Her Excellency Constance C. We may be joined by some more later. We are also joined today by our colleague from the Department of Foreign Affairs, Visa Division, Director Lailani Feliciano. We work closely with her for the APEC Business Travel Card. And I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of Mr. Peter Perfecto, former Executive Director of the Makati Business Club, and thus my predecessor. Okay, Mr. Chairman, your show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Apa. Thank you, Apa. Good afternoon and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I now call the annual meeting of the Makati Business Club for 2025 to order. But before I ask the secretary, there's still seats out here in front. So please, to our friends who are still standing there at the back, please, there are seats here. Don't be shy. Unfortunately, they're out in front here. So normally people don't want to sit in front, but there are seats here. So may I ask our Secretary, Lito Tayag, to inform the body if and when the notice of annual meeting was sent to the members of the club?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The first notice of the annual meeting was sent by the Secretariat on May 20, 2025 to the members of the club on record.
Now may I ask the Secretary to certify if we have a quorum for the meeting?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We have at least 277 corporate and contributing members represented in person or by proxy in this meeting, accounting for more than 50% of the club's 449 corporate and contributing members to date.
Thank you. Thank you, Lito. The next item is the approval of the minutes of the previous annual meeting, which was held 31st of July, 2024. The Secretariat has sent a copy of the minutes to all members via electronic email or electronic mail on June 25, 2025, to give everyone an opportunity to read it.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the previous annual meeting and that the same minutes be approved.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Okay, a motion has been made and duly seconded that the reading of the minutes of the MBC annual meeting on 31st July 2024 be dispensed with and that the same minutes be approved. Are there any objections? There being none, the motion is carried. With your permission, ladies and gentlemen, I will now proceed with the chairman's report. 2024 was a dynamic year for the Makati Business Club, and credit belongs to both our hardworking team, led by Mr. Coco Alcuaz, who provided leadership as Executive Director for 7 years until February 2024, and to Bobby Batungbakal, who took over from Coco and served for 9 months, from March to December 2024. The addition of a record 35 new members, together with the implementation of increased membership fees, provided a stable financial base for the organization. Additional revenue streams were derived from roundtable discussions and various projects. MBC arranged and conducted 100 meetings and events for 2024, reflecting the heightened engagement of stakeholders, both members and government representatives. Coming out of the pandemic and its economic challenges, there was a palpable eagerness to address a broad range of pressing topics. This included macroeconomic growth, the evolving dynamics of geopolitics, critical issues in employment, advancements in artificial intelligence and digitalization, emerging legislative initiatives, and challenges in agriculture, sectors that demanded thoughtful dialogue and collaboration. MBC's engagement with LGUs also deepened through the Digital Democracy Awards, where 14 LGUs were recognized for citizen-centered innovations, and through dialogues with local governments on public-private partnerships. However, the sheer volume of events placed a significant strain on our staff. So for 2025, MBC is adopting a more strategic approach to event planning by prioritizing high-impact events and aligning them with our organizational capacity. MBC will maintain quality while avoiding burnout and roundtable fatigue. Enhanced data tracking has also improved our ability to plan and allocate resources effectively. MBC has made progress in collecting and organizing member data. This data, aligned with official PSA industry classifications, provide valuable insights into member needs and preferences. It also guides our decision-making while ensuring members' privacy. This enhanced understanding of our membership base allows us to deliver more targeted and impactful services. In 2024, MBC held its first ever Agri-Summit and its first golf tournament. Both were well attended and exceeded expectations. All this were made possible by our team, which is composed of young and very competent leaders such as Bettina Bautista, head of our policy, Gita Geswani, head of projects and grants, Desa Lutope, head of communications, Bianca Castro, head of membership, Bel Granado, our newly hired head of finance, who took over from Mylene Mirabiles, and Michelle D., our deputy executive director and head of the Foreign Business Council's team. Apa Ongpin, our new executive director, leads and coaches this dynamic team. As the country faces a more volatile and unpredictable environment, both local and global in 2025, MBC continues its commitment to its advocacies and will build on the progress achieved in 2024. We thank our partners and our members for their continued support and trust. Key to our success is the continued high level of engagement by each and every member of our organization. So we welcome your inputs and participation. Thank you very much. Next on our agenda is the presentation of the financial report for 2024, and for this, let me call on our treasurer, Riza Mantaring.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to summarize MBC's financial statements for the year 2024. Our financial statements were audited by the firm PwC Philippines, Isla Lipana and Company, and these were duly approved by the club's Board of Trustees. The income statement the discussion that follows includes unrestricted funds over which MBC has complete control. It excludes restricted funds from some externally funded projects and entities, such as ABAC Philippines, where MBC has shared or limited authority. In 2024, revenues increased by 58% to 35.5 million. This was led by a 250% increase in event sponsorship fee to 10.9 million and a 27% increase in membership fee to 22.3 million. Meanwhile, operating expenses rose only by 4% to 22.7 million. This was led by a 170% increase in events and meeting cost, which basically are our events venue, to 5.1 million. As a result, our excess of revenue over expense, or in other words, our bottom line, was 12.8 million, 222% higher than the 4 million in 2023. For the balance sheet, I will also report only on unrestricted funds. Our fund balance rose by the previously mentioned excess, 12.8 million. The unrestricted fund balance in 2023 was 18.8 million, and in 2024, it went up to 31.6 million, or a 68% increase. It has been 4 years since we actively branched out from mostly organizing events and meetings to executing projects and obtaining grants for them. These are mostly off books because most of the funds go to project hires and other direct costs. But they are essentially a new source of funding that allows us to strengthen policy advocacy as well as projects aligned with our mission. We are pleased to report that we signed almost 8.4 million in grants in 2024. This includes our continuing work with international organizations like USAID, Dow Chemicals, Unilab Foundation, Konrad Adenauer Stiftung, the Center for International Private Enterprise, the Netherlands Embassy, as well as private sector partners like the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation, or HSBC, and the Alliance of Tech Innovators for the Nation, or ATIN. We are also happy to note that our increasingly larger support for policy advocacy in areas like renewable energy and digital policy. That completes the summary, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Riza. Last month, we sent over the 2024 annual report, which features the initiatives of MBC in the past year, along with the chairman's report and financial report. Are there any questions regarding the chairman's report and the financial report for 2024? May I ask if there are any questions regarding the acts of the board for ratification today? These acts could be seen on page 104 of the annual report, which was sent to everyone last June 25, 2025. If there are none, may we now proceed to the approval of the chairman's report, the financial report, and the acts of the board for ratification today.
Mr. Chairman, I move for the approval of the annual report of the chairman and the audited financial statements for 2024, as well as the ratification of all acts and resolutions of the MBC board since the previous annual meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
A motion has been made and duly seconded for the approval of the chairman's report, the audited financial statements for 2024, and the ratification of all acts and resolutions of the Board of Trustees since the last annual meeting. Are there any objections? There being none, the motion is carried. The next item on our agenda is the Board of Trustees elections, which will be discussed by MBC Executive Director Apa Ongpin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Makati Business Club Board has 11 members who serve 2-year terms. Members are elected on a staggered basis, 6 on odd years like 2025 and 5 on even years like 2024. Board members may run for re-election, and 10 members this year accepted nomination for the 6 available seats, including all of the incumbents. More details are in the communications we sent you last week. The nominees are Trisha Camarillo Cambao, Benjamin Castillo, Ramon Del Rosario Jr., Mario Domingo, Doris Magsaysayho, Rizalina Mantaring, Peter Maquera, Jose Victor Paterno, Henry Soesanto, and Jaime Augusto Sobel de Ayala. Voting is via the ballot form, which I explained earlier. If you need any assistance, once again, please approach me or any of the staff at any time, and the voting ends at 7 p.m. Results, as I said, will be announced tomorrow. Are there any questions regarding the voting process? Okay, there being none, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me now to return the floor to the chairman.
Thank you, APA. For the audit of MBC's financial statements for 2025, the Board of Trustees approved the renewal of the engagement of Isla Lipana and Company, Philippine member firm of PricewaterhouseCoopers. Do we have approval of the body for this engagement?
Mr. Chairman, I move for the approval of the appointment of Isla Lipana and Company as the external auditor of MBC's financial statements for 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
A motion has been made and duly seconded for the approval of the appointment of Isla Lipana and Company as the external auditor of the club's 2025 financial statements. Are there any objections? There being none, the motion is carried.
Mr. Chairman, before we conclude the meeting, may I invite the chair of the Makati Business Club Agricultural Committee, Mr. Lito Tayag, to share updates about our Agri Committee.
Thank you, APA. The irony and the tragedy of elevated food prices and the high poverty rate of the farmers who produce the food is not lost on the Makati Business Club. Philippine business has a lot to contribute to improving our agriculture sector. So MBC launched its agriculture initiative in 2024, focusing on 3 key areas: increase productivity and improve the lives of farmers by strengthening cooperatives, enable technology adoption, and improve logistics and storage. To advance this, we convened working groups last year to identify and pilot practical working solutions. A key outcome is our adoption of Imdalsa Cooperative in Bukidnon through the Adopt a Cooperative program, where MBC members will provide business and management training support. We are also working with stakeholders to design a logistics solution that helps farmers reach markets more efficiently while reducing dependence on middlemen. We are curating agriculture technology tools ready for pilot implementation. If and when proven successful, we intend to replicate this and to scale them up for other crops and other regions. We hope to accelerate our modest initiative in moving the needle for the agriculture industry and its workers. We will continue to ask for your support. Thank you.
This year, thank you, Lito. This year, Makati Business Club also expanded its sustainability work through policy discussions on single-use plastics, offshore wind, and waste to energy. In response to growing member interest, MBC is also forming a sustainability committee to drive collaboration on circular economy and business-led solutions. To learn more about MBC's agri and sustainability work, you may reach out to Eunice, who is our sustainability lead, and Bern, who is our agriculture lead, or Gita, our projects and grants manager. They're around today, and if you want a broad overview of what we're doing there, you can talk to them or me. Yeah, that's it for my.
Okay, thank you, Lito and APA. MBC continues its advocacies toward a more competitive Philippine economy as well as more job creation for Filipinos. I think all of us here want to actually make the Philippine economy more competitive so that we can create more jobs for Filipinos. As the 20th Congress opens, we will continue to advocate for important economic reforms as well as policies that push for transparency and accountability. In our just concluded board meeting, we discussed this at great length on how we can revive what we were doing before, which we called Congress Watch and Infra Watch. what we want to do is to be able to provide a forum for better monitoring and controls. And this we will do together with other joint foreign chambers, especially the American Chamber. Eb, I see here. Eb, thank you. And the idea here is really so that we can help accelerate much needed infrastructure projects and also push for greater transparency and accountability. These initiatives will include tracking key infrastructure projects, meeting with key stakeholders to ensure that infrastructure development in the country is completed in a timely manner, as well as advocating for policies that will help the sector. I think all of us are aware that many of the infrastructure projects are actually not proceeding as originally planned. So we hope that we can do something about this and further collaborate and get support from our members so that we can help push the needle. To learn more about MBC's work in economic reforms and infrastructure, please feel free to reach out to Bettina Bautista, our policy manager. Now, may I ask if there are other matters that the members would wish to discuss? So this is an opportunity to raise any issues or questions from any member. No questions. So I think either everything is clear or people are ashamed to actually ask a question. Never mind. We will be sending you communications. And as I said, we have a number of initiatives this year focusing on greater transparency. The end result is really, or the end goal is to make the Philippines a more attractive destination for investment so that we can create more jobs for our fellow Filipinos. Hopefully, many of them will not be forced to leave our shores because there are opportunities to work here in our country. So, Apa, over to you. Yes, Architect Palafox. There's
I just came back from Dubai in the US. And of course, we encourage investors to come here. The main concerns are corruption and red tape. And anecdotal research tells us also, and AmCham is very active in the legislative committee. We have 22,000 laws, and about 1,000 of them are stupid, no, not stupid, obsolete laws that make us less globally competitive. And I heard Singapore has only 500 laws. Maybe together with the legislative committee of AmCham and Makati Business Club, we might want to identify these obsolete laws. If our Senate President, please, he was announcing to the Joint Foreign Chambers, he has approved 5 new laws. I spoke up and said, maybe every law you approve, you deduct 10 obsolete laws. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. That's a very good suggestion, Architect Palafox. I'm aware that a country like New Zealand, I think, every year they go through a process of reviewing the laws which may have to be taken out because they're obsolete, as you said, or a new law has superseded that. And that's the problem in our country. In fact, I read somewhere also that Vietnam is moving to reduce the number of provinces from 63 to 34. I think we should consider that, maybe reducing the number of governors, congressmen, and so on. That will significantly, I know this is not going to be popular to the government. And do we have government officials here? But anyway, no, but seriously, I think we just keep increasing the bureaucracy and additional red tape. But you're right. That's always been a problem, and I think it has been more acute at the local government level. And so this is something also that we are hoping to address, especially as we move to issues on infrastructure. We'll discuss energy, agriculture. Every sector is actually affected. So, yeah. Yes, please, of course.
We're putting forward proposals to make the Philippines 5 super regions. Everything north of Metro Manila, north Luzon, is 2.2 times the size of Taiwan. talking to our friends in Taiwan, why don't we integrate your economy with North Luzon and decouple with the other country? Mindanao is about the size of South Korea. There is so much potential. Visayas Islands or islands are more beautiful naturally than the Caribbean. But the Caribbean, they have better infrastructure because of the foreign investors. That's one. Make 5 super regions. Like Mindanao Development Authority, they have for Mindanao. Why not for North Luzon, South Luzon, Visayas, and then 5 super regions? I'm putting forward a paper maybe through Makati Business Club and the other business organizations. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I mean, we'd love to see that paper. And we have here the ambassadors of Malaysia and Singapore, our closest neighbors, who I'm sure would also be interested to see what you have there.
Philippines is 400 times Singapore, 350 times Hong Kong, 8 times Taiwan, and 3 times
Yeah.
With regard to ease of doing business and, in fact, corruption, we're meeting with Secretary Ralph Recto of the Department of Finance, who oversees the Bureau of Customs and the Bureau of Internal Revenue. And these two items are on the menu. So we'll be asking members if they have any particular questions or things that they want to tell Secretary Recto.
Yeah. By the way, before Architect Palafox gets the mic, anyone who provides issues or questions to Secretary Recto will remain anonymous, and it will be presented as an MBC question rather than an individual question.
One more, I just came back from Dubai. 55 permits are through the internet, including building permits. So they reduce cost of traffic, coffee and tea, and no corruption, no face-to-face. So 55 permits through the internet except marriage license. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I know that Singapore and Malaysia, we don't have to go very far. They also have initiatives like this, and you can get your company registered in a very, very short period of time. Yeah. Hopefully, with our new SEC chair, changes will happen in SEC. Any other questions from anyone on the floor? Someone already started, so please, feel free. Yeah. Best practice. Okay. If there are no other questions, but if somehow after this meeting things come to your mind, please feel free to send it by email to us. And as we said, we have this upcoming meeting with Secretary of Finance. Just managing expectations though, but still that's a meeting and it's an opportunity for us to be able to raise issues and concerns. There are many concerns, especially with BIR, smuggling also with customs. So it will be a very interesting meeting, but we'll see. So with all the items on the agenda for Makati Business Club's annual meeting for 2025 having been taken up, may we now have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the annual meeting be adjourned.
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
On motion duly seconded, this meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you very much, Lito, Risa, and Napa. And thank you everyone for joining this year's AGM. That ends our program proper.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please stay in your chairs because we're going to take a group photograph.
All right, please look over here. Big smiles, please. Our photographer will take a photo of everyone.
Excuse me, just one photo, please. 1 minute, 1 minute. Ambassador. Sorry.
Thank you very much. So please look over here. Big smiles, please. 1, 2, 3. One more. And last one. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, everyone. Please enjoy the evening.